Welcome back to the Manc Entrepreneur YouTube channel, and in today's episode we have the breaking news update from eBay. We have the spring seller release for 2018. So yeah, with that said, welcome to blizzardy Manchester. We're in the middle of the beast from the east snowstorm, and we've been hit quite heavy outside. I can't see floor, can only see snow. But enough about the weather. You're here for the eBay spring update for the UK 2018. Now, I do need to make that clarification that this update is for ukmarketplace.co.uk. We are expecting the .com update to go live later on today. Like I said, we have to bear in mind that it is currently, at the time of recording, about 7 o'clock in the morning in Eastern USA. So we are expecting that update maybe within the next few hours. Needless to say, depending on what happens, I'm quite busy this evening, so that may be tomorrow's video. But I'll keep you up to date if you're selling on .com, all about the eBay spring update for you guys. And to give you a heads up, I'm hoping that the spring seller update for ebay.com is slightly more interesting than the one for .co.uk. With that said, let's get stuck into it. And I think I would sum up my general feeling about the .co.uk spring seller update is it's more about what it doesn't say than what it does say. This is quite a vanilla release. After all of the talk that we've seen over the past few days of what eBay have been up to, especially with their payments and Adyen and PayPal and what's been going on there. If you don't know what's going on there, there's a link down in the description below if you're watching live, or if you're watching the recording, there'll be a link up here in the top left-hand corner, top right-hand corner. Yeah, the spring seller update for the UK is quite normal. There's not much really going on. So with that said, let's get stuck right into it. Now, how to do this? Do I share the screen? No, I'm going to just talk to you normally, and I'll sort of go through the highlights. So the main thing is we have some new pricing and subscription fees that are coming into play. These are going to come into effect from the 1st of April 2018. So what's that, about a month away? We're at the end of February now by a day. So yeah, in about 4 weeks time, these new fees will come into play. eBay says it's adjusting pricing and subscriptions to give sellers better options when they come to sell. As part of this, the marketplace is trying to create a fairer marketplace by addressing below standard selling to improve the market for everyone. Now, this is actually very interesting, and we'll come on to that. So a couple of the high-level fee changes which are going on: e-cigarettes, vapes, vaporizers, accessories for vaping, all that sort of stuff. Those categories are now going to be set at 11% for final value fee. The final value fee for video games and consoles category is 8%, unless you are just in the console category, in which that is staying at 5% with a £20 maximum. Largely due to the ticket price of those items. For items which have been listed in two separate categories, which may have different fees, the higher of the two final value fees will be the one that is charged. So, for example, if you are selling in the music category, which is an 8% fee, and you're also selling in music instruments category, which is a 9% fee, you as a seller will be charged a 9% fee. Makes sense. It's common. I don't think that's unreasonable on eBay's part. Now, this is the big one. This is the one which I actually commend eBay for. I think this is a good move from eBay. For sellers whose level is below standard, there will be an additional 4 percentage points added to the standard value fees at the time the item sells. So, for example, if your final value fee category is normally 8%, because you are below standard, it will be 12%. You'll be charged 12%. So it's incentivizing those sellers who are making mistakes, not being very good, to book their ideas up and save that additional 4%. 4% will make a difference if you're selling volume, which, to be honest, you're probably not if you're a below standard seller. The eBay will hit you pretty hard in search rank. But still, it's one of those, get good. There's no excuse, really. Toe the line and get good on selling on eBay. They're going to say above standard, and top rated will obviously not be affected by this change. Now, a breakdown of what's happening for shop subscription fees, as far as I can tell, and again, I've looked at this briefly. I've not gone too in depth here, but the only charge to shop subscription fees is Anchor, which is the biggest one, and that was apparently £269 a month, and that is now going up to $399. Now, there is a very good reason for that. Now, hence to make sure that basic shops and featured stores are not affected. They're remaining the same. No real changes going on there. The big thing which is happening to Anchor stores is, they're basically getting access to Concierge, eBay's Concierge. I'm trying to find the part where it mentions that in more detail, so I can give you the facts as and when they break it down. Let me head over here. Basically, eBay's Concierge is eBay customer services. You are getting a bit of a tailored experience when it comes to eBay customer service. So if you have a problem, you are much likely good. If you can get through to Concierge, you're going to get a much better experience. So additional charges, business, blah, blah, blah. And by the way, the standard benefits of Anchor stores is pretty much unaffected. Unlimited fixed price listings, international selling allowances in 13 countries. The monthly selling price is increasing, as we just mentioned. Anchor shop subscribers are invited to join eBay's Concierge service. Sellers will continue to benefit from £1,275 worth of value a month with an Anchor store. I'm not sure how they're really putting that value together. But yeah, eBay Concierge will be free for Anchor stores, enhanced level of service to selected customers to make selling easier. You'll get direct access to a dedicated team of experts with minimal wait times and choice of contact options. It's support from top team members empowered to take responsibility for issues and concerns, and tailored support on selling issues. Concierge is invitation only and subject to the following conditions. It's only available for sellers with a UK registered address, subject to ongoing seller performance evaluation. Concierge is subject to availability if we have a significant increase in demand. Can take up to 14 days for Concierge to activate on your account. So that's the big news for Anchor. The price has gone up, but you all of a sudden become eligible for free eBay Concierge, which again, if you meet the criteria, that's a good thing to have. It's good to have those guys on your side, trust me. New return standards. This again is pretty good news. What's the TLDR here? eBay's updated returns policies make sure they're in line with today's market. That's basically what they're saying is buyers' expectations. It's reducing the number of returns policy options within select categories, making things simpler. From May 2018, eBay is removing 14-day returns for fashion, health and beauty, home and garden, sports, hobbies and leisure, media, and vehicle parts and accessories. There will then only be 4 return policy options available for buyers, which will be 30-day free returns, 30-day buyer pays return postage, and 60-day free returns and 60-day buyer pays return postage. So big changes there, which is a good thing. You know, it's basically your standard rights as a buyer is that you have your 30-day minimum return period. eBay's bringing that in line. Regardless of what eBay's policies used to be, that was always the law. eBay does not supersede the law. Therefore, eBay's just pulling their own policies in line with what is actually legal. Yep, start changing your policies now if you are using 14-day returns. The change in return policies will result in a smoother returns experience Sellers may see a conversion lift by updating policies. In 2017, eBay found that sellers who changed their returns policies from 14 to 30-day experienced an average of 13% lift in conversion rate. It's noticeable, so it does make sense. What else is going on? Yes, changes to eBay premium service delivery criteria. Basically, the new rule is that if you want to be on the premium service delivery criteria, your buyers really value free delivery within 3 days of purchase, which includes full tracking updates to follow where the purchase is at. So based on this research, eBay is encouraging sellers to adopt these policies. So from the 1st of June 2018, the qualification criteria for eBay's premium service is changing, and it's changing so that top-rated sellers in the UK and Ireland must meet the new requirements to qualify for eBay premium service. You must offer free domestic delivery within 3 working days. You must have an option for 2 working days delivery, which costs no more than £10. Tracking, listings have tracked delivery services, and a valid tracking number is uploaded within the dispatch time for all items over £20. And of course, all parcel services purchased through eBay's eBay delivery, which is powered by Shuttle, will have tracking details automatically uploaded as standard. Shuttle is an eBay company. That makes sense. How this impacts Royal Mail. If you're using Royal Mail second class, Royal Mail 48, Royal Mail first class, or Royal Mail 24, note there, any of the Royal Mail carriers which does not mention tracked, that's the point they're making here, any of the Royal Mail services which are not tracked, anything that is letter or large letter sent via those methods will not qualify for premium. However, parcels will still qualify for premium in those categories. Moving on to growth tools, and again, this is getting into the sort of eBay's marketing efforts on your behalf. Codeless coupons are being replaced by better and more effective seller coupons. Do they actually? I didn't read if they go into any more detail about that. Let's have a look. Improved marketing tools. Again, the link's down below. To eSeller Cafe have done a really good article on this, breaking it down for you. Or again, the link to the eBay page itself is down there as well. Relaunching seller coupons. These will help you to turbo boost your sales during big retail moments like Spring, Mother's Day, Back to School, Black Friday. Stay tuned for more announcements. So they've not given you too much insight into what they're doing with seller coupons. More information is expected in due course. But yeah, so get rid of codeless coupons. Promote your listings tool is going to be enhanced with new functionality. Again, very airy-fairy sort of language. We don't know what those enhancements are. But again, it's good news. eBay Promoted Listings is a great tool. It works for a lot of people. And for the techie ones out there, eBay is introducing Application Programming Interface, an API, support for sale event and markdown promotions with an improved marketing API. So again, for the tech guys, they're making some changes to the API. Now, new insights into Seller Hub. Starting in June 2018, eBay is going to provide more tools as part of Seller Hub. Now, again, they don't really tell you what these are. Sellers will see new information about transactions when buyers contacted them about items they did not receive or requested returns when an item is not as described. The metrics and benchmarks are just for the seller's reference and will not affect seller performance, standards, evaluation, or rating. That's good. As a reminder, seller performance ratings can be affected if sellers don't resolve buyer requests in a timely manner, but there's no actual talk about what these new insights are. Now, again, I covered a few weeks ago that Terapeak got bought by eBay back at the end of December, I believe. Maybe it got finalized in January. But yeah, so Terapeak, which was the big tool for sort of analytics and data on eBay. eBay bought them, and there was talk that they were going to integrate this new Terapeak data into Seller Hub. Is this what we're going to see? We don't know. eBay have not really gone firm on the details there, but that's what I would expect. I'd expect some sort of Terapeak functionality appearing in Seller Hub to give you these sorts of these sorts of insights. Now, better shopping experience. This is the changes that are coming to catalog and item-specific changes as well. Again, I was expecting bigger news here. They've not really gone too much into depth about what's going on. They are basically moving towards a much more product-based shopping experience where groups of smaller listings are displayed together. Think of the Amazon product page. That's exactly the same. You've got one product page, and you might have 20 sellers in that other seller's box, and then you've got the one seller who's winning with the buy box. It sounds like they're going a similar way. And again, they're obviously testing this to begin with. So for a small number of products starting in May, listings using this eBay catalog will be required in order to provide buyers with streamlined product-focused search results. Now, there is, let me see if I can find, there was a list of better shopping update on this one here. There was a list. So product lines that will require listing within the eBay catalog, it's basically the brand stuff. So Amazon Fire Stick and Echo, Apple anything, iPads, phones, TV, Dyson fan heaters, cooling fans, Pure and humidifiers, Google Home and Chromecast, Jawbone Jambox, Nest thermostat, and Roku Premier Express 1, 2, 3, and 4. All of those will require you to list in a category listing. This doesn't surprise me. These are all very big products which will have a lot of weight behind, a lot of sellers selling the branded goods. What does this is good news if you're a private label, because this is obviously showing you the way that eBay is going. It's going to be like Amazon. It's the catalog. It's creating one product page per item and then somehow displaying all the different types of sellers out there. It's creating this universal product catalog. They also talk about, but like I said before I go on, that's all they've really said. They've given that list of a handful of products which this is coming to in May. I expect the USA to take this further. I expect .com to go a little bit further with this. Next up, category changes. The best way to do this is if you head over to, I think it's pages. Yeah, pages.ebay.co.uk/category changes. You'll be kept up to date with all the category. There's no point in me going through all the category changes because largely they're not going to be that relevant to you. But check them out and obviously be aware that some category changes may be happening. And those are starting from April 10th. So again, that's 6 weeks away. Also shop fronts. Now this is an interesting one. So obviously eBay last year got rid of active content and a lot of brought in the contact policy. So a lot of things had to change there. And they've come out and said starting in May 2018, eBay will begin updating eBay shop fronts. Here are some of the changes that we're making. Making shop fronts more secure and better optimized for search engines. And more mobile friendly. Again, makes sense. More than 50% of eBay traffic, eBay sales are touched by mobile at some point. For sellers with non-custom eBay shop fronts, the change is automatic and no action is required. Also, the shop URL will remain the same with the addition of HTTPS. Yep. So again, if you're not using a custom template, a custom theme or something on your shop front, you're all Gucci. For sellers with custom eBay shop fronts, their shop front will remain as it is for now, but eBay encourages sellers to opt into the new experience to benefit from the new enhancements, such as more secure SEO, blah, blah, blah. And keep listings free from active content and make sure they're SSL, HTTPS ready. The company plans to move everyone to the new experience sometime in the future. Now, we're not sure. Again, no dates on that, but we will see. HTTPS is fast becoming the industry standard. That's the little, if you hit the top of the address bar. Again, if you're on YouTube, you'll see it has a little green padlock and says secure. And then the first part of the URL is HTTPS, and it's usually in green. That means we're very well protected. The SSL is in place. It's secure. and basically eBay saying this is fast becoming the standard now for websites to have the SSL, whether they're payments or not. Obviously, eBay is a payment, but rather than just having it on payment pages, they're having it across the site. Google sort of forced a hand on this by saying if they're using the Chrome browser and there's non-HTTPS stuff detected, it will show a warning. So eBay's obviously made changes, reacted to that, and made sure that they're all proper, fully secure. This is happening from March 2018. So again, this month, eBay listings with HTTP content will feature a button reading "See full item description," putting the complete description one click away as shown below. There's a little image on the site there. This is similar to how it works on mobile to ensure that descriptions are HTTPS compliant. And then they eBay goes on to give you some reminders of your VAT obligations. Again, eBay is not a tax collector, but sort of reminding you about that. And then talks about other fee changes for the European sites. Again, check out your local. If you're selling in .Germany, check out the .de page, and you'll find out all that there is to know there. And that's pretty much it. I mean, split down into sort of categories here of what the news is. New pricing and subscriptions. They made a couple of fee changes and changed the subscription price for an Anchor store. But Anchor stores now will get concierge. They'll be eligible for concierge. Returns and delivery standards. That's all well and good. That's great for buyers, and hopefully we should see an uptick in conversion for you, putting more realistic and more legal returns in place, as well as increasing delivery times. It's a good thing. It's what eBay really needed to do in order to compete with Amazon. I mean, they're still not there competing with Amazon, but it's a step in the right direction. Growth tools, increased marketing tools. Again, the sort of getting rid of introducing the new seller coupons and promoted listings, making some enhancements there. Who knows? The biggest news is pretty much the eBay catalog changes. Whilst it's only coming to a handful of products from May, this is the way it's going to go. Structured data is big to eBay. It's going to become more and more important for things like voice. We've seen how eBay interacts with the Google Assistant. That makes a lot of sense. The improvements to eBay shop fronts and HTTPS, again, it's interesting because it's going to make everything much more unified. It's going to take away that individual feel and flair from your eBay shop front and make it much more like Amazon, much more universal. This is how our descriptions look. This is how the page looks. It's going to be much more in line with the rest of eBay. We'll see what happens there. And that's pretty much it. That's the ebay.co.uk update. And I mean, I was expecting some more, perhaps. Well, this is the thing. Let's be real. So this is the seller update. And there's going to be some things in eBay's future, in the near future, which sellers have no control over. They're more front end facing, more customer facing changes. And it's how eBay is going to choose to display that information to buyers. It might make no difference to you as a seller. You don't have to take any action. It's how they're going to start displaying your data, your listings to buyers. There was no real mention of Adyen there, which doesn't surprise me too much because that was always going to be, this is a big task. And eBay need to get this right. I said this in an earlier video on Adyen. And I'm sure eBay know exactly how important this is. The reality is, it's always going to be America first. This was going to be an American rollout first, and then it will go to the rest of the world. So we may, here in the UK, we may not see Adyen until 2019, but the eBay.com, the USA seller update, which hopefully, like I mentioned at the beginning, will be with us later on today, may give us more clues as to the direction that we're moving in. Same with the eBay catalog. I was perhaps expecting more news on how this was going to look, how this was going to affect. But again, that's just not relevant to sellers. I would argue that maybe it is. Maybe I would want to know how my listings are now going to be showing up in search pages and category pages. But maybe we're just not there yet. Like I said, they've hinted at it. There's maybe a 20 or so products which are going to have this new product catalog style listing. Are we going to see much more of a wave made on that on the US site, on the .com site? It remains to be seen. My general feeling for this eBay spring seller update for 2018 is that it's pretty vanilla, really. There's nothing like groundbreaking going on there. Yeah, sure, making a few changes, some marketing tools, but they don't give you the details yet. More announcements will follow, so we can't get our teeth into that. There's a couple of fee changes, nothing major. The Anchor store price is going up. Yes, that's quite a big jump, but you're getting access to concierge potentially if you're eligible, which would be a great thing to have. And like I said, if you're doing the numbers where Anchor store becomes viable and cost effective for you, that will be a big thing to have on your side, eBay Concierge. Everything else was just a little bit, and the changes coming to shop fronts. Again, it's like, and the HTTPS, we knew this was coming back when eBay sent the email back in October, September time. So this spring seller update, it's not been a bad one by any means. There's a couple of fee changes, but not major, and certainly not across a wide range of categories. They're making some changes to promoted listings and Seller Hub to make that better, and introducing seller coupons, which are great things. And if you use them in your business, you will most likely see a benefit. But as for the juicy update that we were kind of expecting, it's not here. Maybe that's what the .com will be about. With that said, thank you guys so much for watching. If you have enjoyed this update video on eBay's spring seller update for 2018, hit that like button and subscribe if you are new here. If you have any comments or questions, how this is going to affect your business, what your thoughts are, let me know in the comment section down below. I'd love to hear from you. And keep your eye out on the site. If you're selling onto .com, or if you're in the UK selling into America, maybe have your own .com entity over there, keep an eye out. Hit the little bell icon next to the subscribe box and you'll be notified every time I go live. I am expecting that video will most likely happen tomorrow. Don't hold me to it, but I'm expecting that we will see an update later on today and I'll get the video out tomorrow. It's coming soon regardless, so just be aware of that one. What else is going on? Also, I do want to do a video on GDPR. You may have heard about it, you may have not heard about it, but you will need to have heard about it as GDPR comes into effect in May. And I want to have a chat to you about what that means for you and your e-commerce business. So that's coming up soon as well. Lots of stuff to do. With that said, enjoy the rest of your day and I'll catch you in the next video. Thank you for watching.